I hear you hitting on a lot of key points here as far as just the knowledge and the understanding of speaking the horse's language and knowing what you're communicating to the horse. Would you say that that is a pretty good description of some of the main techniques that you implement in your training?
Well, yeah, I think it's an understanding, but it also comes, they say you can't stand on the shoulders of wisdom and expect to have the same wisdom of the person that you're standing on the shoulders of. And unfortunately, people try to gain this wisdom of horses by reading a book or by listening to a barn manager, somebody that's owned horses for 20 years, or, there's a whole bunch of free advice out there at barns from people that learned a couple hard lessons and they found something that worked, so they want to pass it on. I mean, the horse is like a mystical world out there. I think all horses were unicorns once, and people believe that. Because no matter what you tell somebody about a horse, there's just this, oh, I never knew that. Because nobody wants to take the time, or they don't have the time, or they don't realize how much time it takes to really understand that knowledge. And that lack of understanding is what creates the problem. But, what came first, the chicken or the egg? You tell people the problem is your lack of understanding, but then you don't have time to get the understanding, so you don't have time to fix the problem, so the problem gets worse. Then you teach more bad lessons, or you continue to teach bad lessons, or you listen to other people that don't understand, and then so you teach their bad lessons, and you think, and there's just so much try in the horse world. And, I try to get that across a lot. I see a lot of these women out here who are they're just searching everywhere for somebody to help them. And I feel so sorry for them because, look, nobody can help you but yourself. You can go to all the clinics and watch all the TV. The only thing that's going to help you is time. Spending time with horses and understanding, watching others' mistakes, but you have to spend time. Tell people, how can I be a good rider? Well, a lot of people say, well, you need to learn balance, and you can go to the gym, and you can stand on one leg, and you can do these exercises. There's people out there selling videos on horsey exercise to make you a better rider. And if you develop your core muscles, all that is maybe true to a certain extent, but riding is what makes you a good rider.
Exactly.
Learning to balance a horse that spooks, learning to balance on a horse that's going up and down a hill, that's moving from obstacles, that gets spooked from a bird, that steps in a hole and stumbles. That's what makes you a good rider. Riding. But people want to become good riders, and they want to spend all this time trying to become a good rider, except by getting on a horse and riding. They want to be great at lunging and round-pinning, but they don't want to spend time doing it. They want to watch other people. They want to take lessons. They want to watch other people do it and then try to do what the other people are doing, thinking they'll get success. And you don't. That becomes, feel can't be taught in horsemanship. Feel and timing is one of those things that only a horse can teach. And when people want to sell these videos and want to give you this grand prize of, oh, if you buy this rope and this special bit, or you come to this clinic, or all this to me just sets people up to fail. It's sad. I mean, it's great that it's out there and it's good to be exposed to certain things, but until people realize, you know what, I'm in charge of my own destiny. I'm in charge of what my horse is good. It's up to me to learn and experience firsthand. It's up to me to put in the time and the effort and to get the knocks and the bangs and to get stepped on and maybe get kicked and maybe get tossed off a couple times and maybe fall off a couple times. It's up to me to learn and to be responsible for my own destiny. Quit putting your destiny with horses on the backs of a horse, on the backs of other horsemen, on the backs of clinicians, RFD. Quit doing that. You just set yourself up to fail when you do that. It's up to you, and time is the key. And with time comes understanding. With understanding comes that loss of fear. Because fear in the horse world is so huge right now, it's just crippling. I just did a video. I've got over 200 videos on YouTube to where I talk about just horses and horse behavior. And I try to expose people. I consider myself a horseman. And I don't think there's a lot of horsemen that are accessible in the horse world. Horsemen usually either have their own places, or they have their own ranches, or they've been working horses, and they don't hang out at barns and clinics and these other places. They're just horsemen, and they understand horses from years of working and failing and learning what works with horses, and they have a whole bunch of experience. But they just don't go out and tell people because they've learned that you can't tell somebody how to fix a problem. You can't come to me and ask me how to fix your problem with a horse. Only you can fix that problem. and good horsemen usually are quiet and they're kind of alone, and they don't. And if you see me around horse events or whatever, I'm not talking to people. I'm not walking up saying, if you did this, and if you change. I just don't do that. I don't, because I've learned over the years that people, there's plenty of information out there, but people kind of have to figure out certain things for themselves, and you can guide them in the right direction. But unless they're willing to put in the time, and unless they're willing to work at it, they're not going to be successful. And I can't change that, and I stop trying to change that. So what I do is I just try to put in, and I think all horsemen do this. Horsemen try to make a horse's life better. They try to pass on things to improve a horse's life. And my videos and my website is all about just putting information out there. And if you want it, it's free.